Hi, I'm Jake Telosco.
And I'm Ryan Ruff, and this is the March Madness edition of Titan Nation News. Well, within the last week, Louisville has knocked out St. Louis, and Kentucky has knocked out Wichita State, which means one thing: we're going to the Sweet 16.
Go Cats!
Both Louisville and Kentucky will play each other. And go Wildcats! And because we don't want a biased newscast right now, we brought a Louisville fan in that will give us fresh subjects and fresh information from the Louisville side.
We're not a biased news station here at TNN, so here are some words of wisdom from our own U of L fan.
It was recently required by the state of Kentucky that the class of 2016 must be college and career ready before they graduate. Here's Macy Mize with more on the subject.
The Board of Education recently approved that the class of 2016 must be college and career ready in order to graduate. Collins High will be on track to support the goal. Today we are here with our principal, Mr. Leeper. Mr. Leeper, what is college and career ready?
Macy, in its simplest form, college and career readiness means that students who walk across that stage and get their diploma are ready for the next step after high school. That could mean going to college, that could mean going into the military, that could mean going straight into the workforce. We want them to have as many options, we want them to be ready.
Okay, what prompted this change in requirements for Kentucky students?
About 6 or 7 years ago, the Senate got together in the state of Kentucky and decided that there were too many students that were just graduating high school and getting a diploma, that they were not ready for college. The colleges were complaining that students were having to take too many remedial courses, and it became very expensive for the colleges to offer these courses, and it became very expensive for the students to have to pay for these courses. Along those lines, there were a lot of employers that were saying, we are not going to come and put our businesses inside the state of Kentucky because, frankly, the students that you all are graduating are not ready to be employed. So we had to make some very real changes. So they commissioned the Department of Education to make these changes. At that point, the new commissioner in the state of Kentucky decided what we've got to do is make sure that students are either college ready or career ready. So in a way to define that, we looked across the nation, and most students were taking the ACT, but inside the state of Kentucky, only about 30-40% of the students were taking the ACT. Now, every student in the state of Kentucky is taking the ACT, so we're able to make a comparison with students in the state of Kentucky, with students from all across the nation, to be able to determine whether or not we are competitive. What we have seen is a real growth in the number of students that are ready whenever they graduate from Kentucky. Now, career readiness has become the new focus. College ready, it seems like there was a lot of emphasis on that. Now there's that new emphasis on career readiness.
What are all the areas for career readiness?
The state of Kentucky has 16 career paths that they identify. And whenever they say they identify them, they are meaning that there are career pathways that contain a series of courses that every student must take and succeed in. And then at the end of those courses, there is either an industry certificate that is awarded saying this student knows how to operate this type of machinery, or a test that is given that is industry specific, that identifies specific skills that those students have, and they're ready to go straight into the workforce. So at Collins, we don't have all 16 of them. In conjunction with our Area Technology Center and the courses that we provide here, we've got about 10 of those 16 courses, and we're trying to increase those. But we've got JROTC, which can get somebody career ready to go directly into the military. All they have to do is be in those ROTC classes for 3 years and then pass the work keys test at the end of it, and they are automatically career ready. So it's a great opportunity for somebody to, they don't have to go into the military whenever they complete it, but it's a sign that they are able and ready to go into the workforce as well. Culinary obviously is a big one here at Collins, and we love that program. Engineering and biomedical are both new programs that seem to be really exploding, Animal science is going to always be a popular program here at Collins with our strong FFA program and the way that we've got a lot of students that just love animals in this part of the country. Business and administrative support is something, we've got a lot of professionals that live in our community that have children, or they drive into Louisville, but they want to live here in Shelby County, and those children see their parents going and doing that work, and they want to follow in those footsteps. So business and administrative support is one we offer. Early childhood is an outstanding program, especially for those that are considering going into education. And then the family and consumer management is another program that is going to absolutely take off with the new leadership that we have in that program in our school.
Well, thank you, Mr. Leeper.
Thank you.
Mr. Leeper added that his students are motivated. He says we're all working hard and we're not going to give up on any of them. Now let's talk with our college and career readiness counselor, Mrs. Gorman. Thank you for joining us. How does a student become college ready?
Okay, so in order to become college ready, you have 3 avenues to do that, okay? The first one is through the ACT, and that's your main goal. So meeting your benchmarks on the reading, the math, and the English sections of the ACT. If you do that, you become college ready. And obviously we want to go above those benchmarks, so that's just the lowest score that we want you to get. Now, if you have problems with the ACT, we have 2 more tests that you can use in order to reach your college readiness benchmarks. One is the Coyote, and the other one is the Compass, okay? So you don't start taking those tests till your senior year if you have not met your benchmarks via the ACT.
What are the benchmarks?
For the ACT, you need an 18 in English, a 19 in math, and a 20 in reading.
How does a student become career ready?
Okay, so there's 2 parts to the career readiness. One is the academic and one is the technical. So once you take 3 classes in the same CTE pathway, so 3 culinary classes, 3 agriculture, you are eligible to take the COSA. So that covers the technical side. So either you take the COSA or you take an industry certification. Most take the COSA. Okay, so that's going to test your skills in that specific area. There's also the academic side of it. You either take the ASVAB and get at least a 50 on that, or you take what we call the work keys, and it's owned by ACT, and you need to get a silver certificate on that.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Gorman.
The new spring musical, All Shook Up, will be coming out very soon, and our very own Jake Koloska will be playing the lead role.
Thank you very much.
He will kill the role just like the Wildcats will kill Louisville tonight.
Actually,
Hey, no, stop!
slowly.
Okay, you're lost. And now, to Max Will with our Teacher Spotlight of the Week, Mrs. Holsey.
Hi, Maxwell here, and today I'm with Ms. Holsey, this week's Teacher of the Week. So, this is your first year here at Collins. Give us a little bit about your background.
You are right. It is my first year here at Collins, my first year teaching in general, just like Ms. Howell. But I came from Eastern Kentucky University. That's where I went to college. And I am a family consumer science education major. And ever since high school, I knew exactly what I wanted to be when I grew up. I was really strong and active in FCCLA, and that pushed me into being an FCS major. And so as soon as I graduated high school, I knew exactly where I was going. I knew what career path I was taking, and went through college, had my degree, and here I am with you fine people at Collins High School.
All right, awesome. Wait, also, you're involved in the FCCLA program here at Collins. Tell us a little bit about that.
One of the main reasons why I ended up taking this job at Collins was because of the FCCLA. I have a really strong background in the student-led organization, and Mr. Leeper really convinced me that the FCCLA here really needed a little bit of work. And so I chose this job to help advance and to help push FCCLA to the to what I knew it could be. And FCCLA stands for Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America. And a lot of people at school have no idea what it is, what we even do, and that's because it really hasn't been very active in the past. And what FCCLA is, it really pushes students to go towards new horizons and push them for leadership and community service, and to take interpersonal decisions and apply them elsewhere in their lives. So it builds a strong person from the inside and in the outside for later on in life.
Right, it really just helps prepare you for life on your own.
Yes, absolutely. And that's kind of like what FCS does. I mean, people tell me, oh, you teach home ec. Well, yeah, I teach home ec, and it's one of the most important jobs that anybody can have because I teach you money skills. I teach you how to sew a button on your clothes, and Miss Farmer teaches you how to sustain life by fixing your own meals and how to be good parents. And so we do play a really huge role in our students' lives, and people don't really understand that. But FCCLA really pushes you to do it on your own, which is really awesome.
It really is. And then FCCLA actually just got back from the Galt House. They had a competition there. How did that go?
What we did, let me give you a little bit more background onto why we were even at the Galt House, because some people are like, you're missing 3 days of school, that's not fair. But what our students did, as you can see behind us, they had to put together what's called a STAR event. And STAR event stands for Students Acting Towards Recognition. And what they had to do was create a project based around everything that our chapter has done from August up until we went to compete. And so we competed at regionals, which is at DuPont Manual High School. And of course, we swept our competition. We came in first place with both of the groups that competed. And that gave us an automatic bid to go to state. And what we had to do were take these huge boards on a school bus, and they had to create a speech, they had to create a theme, and you can see this one was underwater, and if you can see over here, this one was a barnyard theme. So they created themes, had speeches that went along with it, and they had to pretty much just describe everything that our chapter has done from beginning to end and how we can develop and continue to grow. And what we ended up doing, they competed, they did a great job. Both of our groups that competed did so good. I'm so proud. And we had one group actually come in third at state, which is a huge deal, with FCCLA being the first really competitive year and really the first active year. To have kids being their first time in FCCLA and to win third place at state's a huge accomplishment. And I can't be more proud of my students than I am right now.
Yeah, all kinds of hard work, dedication going into this.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the interview. I really appreciate
welcome.
it. Then one last question. As the fashion design teacher, did I do all right today?
You look very handsome today.
All right, awesome.
Of course.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Blood! 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 Today is the Red Cross Blood Drive. Here's Paige with more on the subject.
Approximately every 2 seconds, a patient in the United States needs blood. Today in our gym, we're hosting the American Red Cross Blood Drive. Please be sure to eat a good meal and drink plenty of fluids before coming to donate. Be a life-saving hero and donate today.
Now here's Casey with the Hallway Talk Show. 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 Hallway Talk Show.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome to the Hallway Talk Show. Welcome to the Hallway Talk Show.
So, who do you think's gonna win the game tonight?
You mean the Michigan game tomorrow against Tennessee? Because that's the only one that really matters, right?
Maybe. I'm talking about the UK U of L game. No one really cares about Michigan.
Oh, ouch. I think it's gonna go to U of L.
Who do you think's gonna win the UK U of L game?
Louisville? Kentucky? I'm gonna say U of L.
UK.
Definitely U of L.
Big Blue Nation, all the way, man.
You go. How many national championships has UK won?
8.
How many has U of L won?
2.
All right. How many national championships has Louisville won?
2.
And how many has UK won?
8.
How do you feel about U of L beating Michigan later on in the tournament?
I would feel great if Michigan wins to go on to play U of L, and then a little revenge for last year. I think Michigan will make a run back to the Final Four.
Probably gonna lose no matter what. So, all right. How far did UK get last year in the tournament?
They didn't make it.
The first round in NIT.
They was in the NIT last year. Can't say nothing about that.
We made it to the first round of the NIT.
How much money do you think Calipari spends each year to recruit members of the team? That's probably a tough question.
0.
Depends on how much the airplanes cost to get there, but I don't think he's paying.
There's a Cats! Oh. Hey, Cats on the way, baby! Coordination, baby! Coordination! No, it's over!
Tired of shows like America's Got Talent, The X Factor, American Idol? Think you can do better? Come on out to the Performing Arts Center here at Martha Lane Collins High School, 7 o'clock on April 24th. That night's going to be a choir-sponsored talent show here involving all sorts of acts. Acting, singing, dancing, juggling, animal acts, who knows? Come on out if you're interested in participating. Be at the auditions on Tuesday, April 22nd, right after school, and we'll see you there.
My name's Ryan,
And I'm Jake.
and let's go Wildcats!